And we're live.
Hey, everybody, you know what today is? Of course. Today's Wednesday. It's 7 p.m., and it's Maintaining the Truth with your truly, Paul Roma and Avi Klein. That's right. So before we get started, I'd like to just talk about a few things. Get the ball rolling. One of the things that hasn't gone away, hey, Kelly, one of the things that haven't gone away is COVID. Now it's going to be here. It's going to be here for a while, unfortunately. But, I spoke to a school just today, and actually the schools, how you doing, JC? Actually, the school's in Massachusetts. It's a private school, about 380 students, and they have about 300 on board right now. You can live on campus, and they do live on campus. They do test. They have no COVID, and school is in session. And you're probably saying, where are you going with this? Well, where I'm going with this is, now you take our public schools and they have the, teachers union, and they have our kids out of school for the most part in most schools. So our kids are learning from home, which is, hey, Mindy, hey, Chris, we have, our kids learning from home, which is not good, not healthy. Just, the camaraderie's not there, and the responsibility of getting up every morning, getting on that bus, getting to school, going to your classes and making it all work, man. That's what it's all about. That's what we went, when we went through, and that's what we did. When the flus came out and they hit us, they didn't shut our schools down. And this is, again, these are the unions, the teachers. I truly believe that you can do something about this, if you really wanted to, hey, Clyde, and get it done and get these kids back in school. Okay. We hear about, my daughter goes to a junior high school and, something happens in elementary school and they shut her school down and they shut the high school down. Everything gets shut down. Well, the elementary school shouldn't affect, hey, Hector, the elementary school shouldn't affect what goes on in the middle school or in the high school. It shouldn't affect it at all. I mean, that kid's not there. If that kid is infected, that kid's not there. The kid's in elementary school. So why shut the whole system down? We have a problem. Hey, Mindy, we have a problem here that needs to be addressed, and the people that can get that addressed, are you teachers, but you don't. You don't. You just, a lot of you want to stay home. It's not like, you work 12 months out of the year. And you know what? I maintain the truth. I think a bunch of you are lazy. That's what you are. You're lazy. You got a problem with what I said? Come on our show. We'll discuss it. That's not a problem. Be happy to have you. So the public schools teachers union, not good. Not good at all. Now, I know everybody, what's going on here. Who's the gorilla in the room? What's the gorilla in the room? And that's what happened today, in Washington. I was invited down. I couldn't go down, still make the show. Probably could have done it out of my hotel room. But, my 12-year-old daughter asked me, hey, Dad, let's go down, to this, the Trump gathering. And I said, listen, you know what? 5 hours down, 5 hours back. You're going to miss school. Yeah, well, actually, you're going to miss home learning. But again, didn't make it. And, Fox News was talking about people who have deserted Trump. Okay, listen, at the end of the day, you don't speak for me. I speak for me. Okay, Fox News, you're getting as bad as all the other news stations. So you know what? Now what I did, I used to listen to you. Now you're done. After today, you're done. You're out. Okay, I don't need your news and the way that you're bringing it across. I didn't desert my president. All right, get that through your head. So you don't speak for me. Paul Roma speaks for Paul Roma. That's the end of that, and that's how that's going to be. And here's the other thing. So hey, JC, so they stormed the Capitol, right? You stormed the Capitol, and everybody's talking about Trump supporters. Let me ask you this, all you brilliant jerkies. How do you know that it wasn't Antifa? Tell me, how do you know it wasn't them? You mean Antifa are not smart enough to put a Trump hat on or put a Trump shirt on or carry a flag? What do you think? Because, there were no cops hurt. There was a woman, sadly to say, who got shot and passed away, and prayers go out to her and her family. Not a good thing. But at the end of the day, let's get it right. Okay? Let's get it right, man. You get somebody who's part of the KKK who wears a hood, a white hood, and then he goes to some gathering and he takes the hood off. He's still part of the KKK. And that's no different than what happened today and the people that stormed and climbed the walls and everything else they did and broke glass and so on and broke in and so forth. Don't put it all that they're Trump supporters, because it just could have been Antifa. All right, all you brilliants. Now,
I can't wait to talk about this very soon, Paul Roma. I cannot wait.
okay, so to my family, friends, and fans, thank you very much. I know you all been sharing. I greatly appreciate you and what you do to keep this podcast alive. I mean, it's amazing. You're amazing. I did design a shirt. I'm trying to get a mock, made up, a shirt made up. It's going to take a little more time, but I'm going to tell you what it's like. So the shirt that I drew up. I have the American flag on one sleeve. I have the blue striped flag on the other sleeve. I have the first responders up front with the name Maintaining the Truth on the left-hand side and the three emblems on the right-hand side. And on the back, I have all of our military services, all the emblems. I think it looks cool. Also on the back, I have, you got it, baby, Roma Nation. That's right, Roma Nation. Because without you, there is no podcast. There is no Maintaining Truth. Thank you, Roger. There is no Maintaining Truth. Thank you, Kyle. There's no Avi Klein. There's no Paul Roma to host this podcast. Yeah, we're still alive, but, there is no show. So, again, I want to try and get one made up, it's going to take a little bit because I want to make sure it's, hey, Joel, I want to make sure it's red, white, and blue, right? So we're going to have a red shirt, a white shirt, and a blue shirt. Those are going to be the three colors. But, there's a little jiving going on as far as Kelly, Roman Nation, Kelly, firemen. So the emblem is red, and that would conflict with a red shirt. So you don't have to, flip it, switch it to white, and so on and so forth. So got some things to work out. But thank you, Joe, for sharing. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on the man, the mouth, the myth, the legend. He put it all together. He's my song guy. But on the other hand, not to take anything away from him, hey, Chris. We have, who, but after Howard gets done, I'm going to bring, and I can't even say, the mouth of the East, man. He's coming in. All right. He is the mouth. He's the engine. Okay. That, basically you people, he always says, you people are the engine that makes us run. But you know what? He's the gas. He definitely gets that motor, revving when he comes on this show. So without further ado, Howard, rock and roll, get us in, and then we're going to bring, and I'll introduce him again, when you're all done.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. And if you need a model for that new shirt or guinea pig, just let me know. I could, I'll model that shirt for you.
Okay.
I feel the power coming through. I feel the strength from nature new. I feel the lightning from within. I feel the skies opening. I feel my center deepening. I feel my center widening. Unleashing the heroes as we maintain the truth. maintaining the truth. As heroes rise to maintain the day. Maintaining the truth. As heroes rise to reclaim their faith. Maintaining the truth. As heroes rise to reclaim the day. Take it over to Mr. Avi Klein.
Well, listen, man, I was going to bring him in. I was going to bring Avi in.
Yeah, let's do this right. I don't need Howard bringing me in. I don't need Mr. Howard the Coward bringing me in. Go ahead, Paul.
Okay. Listen, I don't know what name he's going to go by tonight. He has so many of them. He is the man. He's the mouth. Let me tell you, if anybody can ramble and get everything right, I can't keep up with him. He hands the mic over to me and says, okay, Paul, okay, what? But he's the man. He makes this show happen. And without further ado, my man, my brother, Avi Klein.
Oh, man, Paul, I appreciate that. Guys and gals, an introduction. Paul Roma could do it all. The guy could do backflips. The guy actually looks better than any 22-year-old bodybuilder I've ever seen in my life. He's too humble to admit that. And then you have Howard. Howard the Coward. Howard, you're up here on this panel to show human beings, especially men, in 2021. You need to show men what they shouldn't aspire to be, because you're it. You're the person that we don't aspire to be, Howard. You're opening up the music. Get out of here, Howard Collado. We don't need you right now. And you know what, Paul Roma? We got quite a show. You opened it up like the man on fire that I know that you are. Talk about revving up the engines. What a topic. And we will delve into that. We also have a special guest. Guys, as we celebrate PAPW and what a pay-per-view you guys had this past weekend, let's also continue celebrating the men in PAPW that celebrate you, that help you, that make you aspire to achieve your goals wholeheartedly, whether it's pro wrestling or life. Paul Perez will be with us. Last week, a lot of the audience members were introduced to Steve Tracy. Big Steve Tracy, Mario Mancini was here 2 weeks ago, and we have a special show coming up in a couple of weeks where every single trainer of PAPW, Paul Roma, Mario Mancini, Paul Perez, Steve Tracy, they will all be in attendance right here on Maintaining the Truth. And guys and gals, we want to thank you before we start the show, because we started out with the proverbial donut, the zero. Yes, that's what we started out with. Every show starts out with zero, but no. We didn't stay quite there, did we, Paul? No, we didn't. The traction, and by the way, 6 month, the traction has gone up, because the attraction has gone up as well when they're looking at us, of course. But in 6 months, today, January the 6th, 2021, officially marks the 6-month anniversary of when we started Wrestling With Anything But. We first started out on a Monday, July the 6th, with Ray Lloyd, and now here we are 6 months later, and already 2.4 million of you have spoken and watched our show in total, and we're averaging over 200,000 live views. I want to thank all 34 pages and groups that share our broadcast, but also stream our live broadcast. 80s to 90s wrestling pages, thank you for that. A lot of other great pages that are not even related to pro wrestling. Thank you for streaming our shows live now. You can also catch us on my page, Paul Roma's page, the page of my co-host as well. And we're right now on Spotify. Very soon, tomorrow might be even a Friday, Apple Play, iTunes, wherever you are. YouTube's coming, and of course the Patreon. We will be everywhere in 2021, of course in a town near you as well. COVID's not going to even stop us. So thank you guys for what you do. We totally appreciate it. And we also